Understand the debugging is very simple. Okay, if you have worked on any programming IDE, okay, for example Eclipse, okay, uh, yes, the before the Selenium class you would have worked on Eclipse, right? So the same way we can debug here also. So let's take the first test case here. Okay, so to do debug this, okay, let me go back to application. Okay, I'll just go to login page. Fine. So now, so here to debug, first step is we have to insert the checkpoints. We have to insert the breakpoints. Okay, so I will insert the breakpoints at before clicking the button. Okay, right click on this and select toggle breakpoint. Okay, you are just toggling the breakpoint, adding the breakpoint here. Okay, that means I'm just telling to the program execute, for the execution control, you stop at this point until I say don't move. Okay, now just run this. So it has come to this, execution has come to this line. Okay, you can see here, see it has entered username and password and it has come here, it stopped. So now this time you can observe this button is enabled. What is this step? From here you can start debugging. Enter, it clicks on login now because it's a login with invalid, right? So now it checks, see here, next line you can see yellow line and green line difference, right? Yellow line, green line is has been already, the line has been executed already. So yeah, even this line also executed now. Okay, so this is very simple, this is very straightforward, and maximize this and you can resize to your required size and just double click on this to remove this. Sorry, just again click on this toggle. Okay, so one more point here, to execute only particular line is very simple. How to do that? Just observe here. If you want to execute only particular line, now just go to this line. I want to execute only this line. Double click on this. And second line, double click on this. Now I want to execute, click button, double click on this. Okay. To execute only particular line, just double click on this particular line in IDE. That will be executed. Okay, so these are the small points. This is how you can debug. Debug will be helped when you have too many lines and if you want to execute those lines, if there is a defect, let's say there is some execution, some your code problem, because of code problem your execution is failing, but you don't know where that defect is laying in your code. Then you can put checkpoints and then go line by line and you can understand that. Okay, that's why the breakpoints will be used. Okay, so going further, when we take so big example, then we will insert checkpoints and see breakpoints and see how it works effectively. Okay, as of now just understand the basic. Fine, so next point, go to syllabus and understand. Next point is what is variables declaration and using them. Okay, in IDE, Selenium IDE, so far if you take any example here, okay, so variables have been hard coded, values have been hard coded, right? So you can declare variables and store some values. That's also possible in IDE. How to do that? Very simple. Okay, just right clicker. To insert new line in between this and this, just right click on this below line and click on insert new command. Okay, new line will be inserted and go to command box and type store. Store is the command to store the variable. You can see the store expression and variable name. what is the expression you would like to store here? I would like to store admin. So with the variable name. What is the variable name? So that is username, UN. Similarly, I would like to add one more line to store password. Store. So what is the value you would like to store? Manager1 and username, pwd, password. Okay, now have been stored these two values in the variables. Now I want to use this. How to use? Here. So typing, instead of hard-coded value, I will assign the variable. To assign variables, you have to use this expression, dollar symbol, flower bucket, and pass the variable name. Similarly for this as well. Okay. Flower bucket, pwd, this one. So now run this. So what I will do, since I am running only this one, I will remove the other test case also. You can remove. How you can remove? Right click on those test case and delete. Verify and delete. Okay. So you just save this. Okay, now run this. Before running, highlight your application here since you are using multiple tabs. Minimize this and run. So it is executing line by line. Okay. Something went wrong, guys. Wait a minute. Yeah, so I'm executing now. Okay, so just execute this, play current test case. Now executing line by line. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so it is working. You can store the variable like this and use them. Okay, so this is called as the storing values in the variable and using them. Okay, so you just practice this line by line, you will understand this. Okay, we'll see in going further. So since I have tried this for particular one test case, since we have 3 test cases, you try for all of them, so it will work. So in further we'll see, we'll take big example and we'll convert them, we'll assign all hard-coded values into variables and run them. We'll see effectiveness of variable declaration. Fine. So go back to syllabus and see what is next point. Adding Selenium IDE commands. Okay, so this is also very simple, nothing big in that. Okay, now so here launching, this particular line is launching the application, right? I want to give some information. Why when user look into this command, so there is no any information, right? So readability is less. By putting commands, you can readability you can increase. How? Right click on this and insert new command. Okay, here you can just write launching application. See the commands, when you're typing, it is typing in different color. And here insert command, declaring variables, and you can divide this as well. Okay, login details. Okay, so on top of this again you can check marks. See here, maximize. See, now compared to before, now your code is readable, right? Okay, you can just save this. So go to that particular location, and which test case is invalid, right? Type on this. The comments are not stored. I think, yeah, maybe commands are not able to stored. yeah, commands are not able to store. Okay, so I will check, since I have not checked that, you can also check the simple point. Okay, fine. Commands are not able to store as of now. I'm telling, maybe it should be able to store because I haven't used that sometime since long back. Okay, so this is how you can declare the commands. So go to syllabus and see the difference. New points. Okay, so the module 3 points have been covered, and interview question and answer you can refer on your own, depends on your requirement. Okay.